Guys, what's up? We are back again with a Sunday feedback live stream. I'm still looking for chats. I feel like every time I play a video before the stream starts, it takes me 16 years to find chats. But here comes some echo from the Facebook stream. Actually, I'm good with. Okay, never mind. Marcel, I see. Or Techlex, actually, I see you're telling people in the chat to go to the Discord. Thank you for that one, and then I'm going to click the... Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm on YouTube chat now. So how's everybody doing? Yeah, Maxi, I see you're saying Sunday, WTF. This is usually on Sunday. Fiesta, I don't title it. I don't title the stream. I just hit start streaming and it goes through. But yes, usually this is on Sunday, so we're gonna start with a couple things before we get going. We're going for an hour and a half today, or 2 hours. So I may have to leave. I feel like I'm clipping on my microphone. If I am, let me know. I may have to be somewhere at 2:00 p.m., which is my time, which is U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Pick up somebody at 2:00. So I may or may not be leaving the stream at 2:30, not 2:00, sorry, 3:00. I may be leaving at 2:30 rather than leaving at 3, or I may go to 3:00, you know. But another thing, so just in case, just so I can save everybody the time, and we're already getting, I feel bad for the mods of Discord, but just to save everybody some time. So we have taken all of the link putting, instead of putting it in the YouTube chat, instead of putting it in the Facebook chat. Facebook chat does not load for me at all during stream. It loads for me whenever the stream is over, and it loads for me, you know, before the stream starts. But once I hit let's start streaming on OBS, it says nope, no more chat for you, so I can't see the chat. It just does not come up. So if you're trying to talk to me on Facebook and you feel like I'm ignoring you, I'm not trying to on purpose. Just come over to Facebook's chat, because Facebook's chat works a lot smoother for me. So if you want to watch on Facebook but you want to chat through YouTube, whatever, do what you gotta do. So when you go to Discord, which is going to be in the description, I assume, we have a feedback live stream channel where you will post your links. Do not post them in any other any other channel. They will be deleted and ignored. Do not send them to me in a private message. I will ignore them. And only send one link. Don't send a bunch of links over and over again, because if you spam one link, spam another one, and your track goes in twice, I'm still going to skip it, because it's not fair to have you playing twice. That takes away from other people getting their feedback. So, with all the little rules being out of play, they've been said, so if you forgot them, I'm sorry. My mods in the chat and in Discord will let you know and yell at you if you break them. But today, guys, the free giveaway pack for the day is going to be Future Bat Sounds 3. It's a pullover from Big EDM Sounds that are one of our sub-labels, and it's actually a really fun pack to listen to, a really fun pack to play with. I've been playing with it for a couple of days now. So a really fun pack. I feel like it's very complex. It's not necessarily for, it doesn't have to necessarily be for the one genre. It spreads out through a lot. So I mean, you'll be able to do a lot with this pack. So one of you guys at the very end will get this pack sent to you, but probably by Roman, in a couple. I'm gonna say several hours, just so we have a vast amount of hours after the stream. And we pick that by going over to Facebook and sharing the live stream. So go over to Facebook, share the live stream for a chance to win future Bounce Sounds. But our pack that's releasing in literally 4 days. Oh no, yeah. No, I think it's 4 days. It starts on Friday and releases on Friday. Is Future Pop Flare. Right now it's 30% off for pre-order, so if you go and pre-order it, you're 30% off. If not, then it goes back up to normal. So I would go pre-order that right now if you really want to. And if you're unsure if you want to, you can always try a demo out right here. And that will basically be a little mini version of it. So let's start with our first track today, guys. And I've decided that if anyone says you skipped me, Nick, you skipped me. You're bad. Bad streamer, you skipped me. I'm going to pull Discord over and show you that I didn't. Because I've been like, oh, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just pull Discord over and show them. I didn't skip you, so I'm going to do that. If I get one, I skipped you, I'm going to pull it over and show you my list of people. That way, there's no confusion. Here we go. Okay, so, oh no, there's only one thing that I think I disagree with, and everything else is great. I'm gonna try to do something with this stream, guys. This is gonna be something I was planning on going. Hey, let's open up like a notepad and type my notes out during the song. That way, I have exactly something to read and I don't lose my thought. But my keyboard is loud, so I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not gonna put you guys through that torture. So, I'll just try to remember what I'm thinking. Because I always usually forget by the time the song's over, which is never good. But anyway, and I look at the chat and it distracts me. So that looks. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, lad. So there's this little build-up part here. That part. I know it's like a piano. It's basically just got its frequencies taken out. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if it should be like lower in volume. That's like the only thing I'm unsure about. I don't know if it fits as well as just you might have thought it would have, or it may fit perfectly well. I'm just not good at hearing. But everything else sounded good. I can't really give you too much harshness on your on your low end, because as I say in every stream, basically my low end gets messed up when I switch to my stream settings. So this little piano part right here just messes with me a little bit, bothers me a little bit, but everyone else may like it. So I'm not going to say take it out, I'm not going to say fix it. If there is anything I would fix is go back and adjust the volume on it so it's not so prominent and it's just like a background noise. But you can still hear it and you can still feel that it's there, but it's just not overpowering prominent for the build. But the rest of the build transitions, the introduction, the pluck is awesome. The drums are mixed well, sidechain's good. The low end, from what I can hear, is good. The chord stacks over the bass layer is really good. The lead's really good. Drums are mixed well, so awesome. Thank you, man, for sending the track. Head over to Facebook and share the stream on Facebook for a chance to win Future Pop Sounds 3 at the very end of said stream. So next in line, we have technicality, one of our moderators on Discord, sending me a Future Bass track. If he knows I like Future Bass. He's been here a little bit to know that now. Future Bass and Dubstep. I don't get those a lot. Well, that's a lie. I get Future Bass sometimes. I never hardly get Dubstep. So if you guys, and this is not, and unless someone got kind of offended at me when I said this, I get a lot of like, future house and tropical house and, kind of the same repeats of the same genre. That I never, like when I get stuff like Future Bass, that's like really different, and I get stuff like Dubstep that's really different, and trap that's really different. It's really exciting for me because I usually don't get those very much. So if you make Dubstep at all, send it to me because I'm a huge fan of it. That's not a diss towards anybody else. Makes any other genre. I love EDM in general, I just don't get a lot of those genres, so it's nice when they come in. But here we go. Alright, so Tacklix, I remember giving you the advice last time to lower your lead, so I'm glad that you did, because his lead last time was outrageously loud, at least on my end. And I don't know if this... The fill is good. I feel like the reverbs that come from anything that comes, or any tails of any effects that come into here should be, it should just be chopped off, just so that fill is left with just the drums and the fill and not the tail ends of effects. So it has a good volume sustain, and there's not much of a tail here, because you can actually see the drums that peak here, and there's a little tail right here. I'm like guiding underneath it. It's basically just the effects going nee. So just fix that. Either chop the tails off, or if you like it, then dope. But if you don't, then just chop the tails off. Meaning, basically go and just take the volume knob from 0.0 or whatever you have it to just nothing, and then let it fade back in later on when the effects tails have ended. Right here, those chords seem like they can use a little bit more multi-band. I don't know if you're using an OTT or if you're using whatever you're using for compression, if you're using any multi-band at all. I know that I don't really put much multi-band compression on stuff unless it's through Serum. And I use Serum's multi-band compression just because it's good. So and then I usually run everything at least once through OTT, just because OTT gives everything such a unique sound, except for like some things like kicks and stuff like that. But I add a little bit more multi-band on that and cut the low ends out of the actual synth itself, and then add another layer where you have the layers of synths for the chords, and you have a layer of basses, which I'm assuming you did. Just make sure that the lows are cut out of the top layers, because the low end on that seems a little muddy. And maybe add a little bit more effects to the track, meaning like white noise downshifters, white noise upshifters, any kind of perks that go in between, noise gates. I know you have something that's kind of in there already. It's somewhat like either a drum fill or some sort of clinking of some sort that I hear in the background. Try to make volume transitions dip out, because a lot of the time in Future Bass, a lot of the volume was weird. Like the way that they pulse chords and cut off tails of reverbs and fade the reverb back in and do more chords. It's just weird. So just have like some sort of more percussion work there, more effects work there, just so the track sounds more full in the future. Unless you're planning on releasing this, then go ahead, because I think it's release worthy already. Just in the future, make sure to add. If you have effects, make sure to make them more prominent. But other than that, man, the track was great. Thanks for sending in the track. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Future Bounce Sounds. I almost forgot it. Future Bounce Sounds 3 at the end of the stream. One lucky winner. I'm trying to get as comfortable as possible, guys, because we're going to be here for quite some time. So if I lean back in my chair, I'm going to. Because the reason why I usually stay right here is because the way my lighting is set up, it decides to it just doesn't, I'll either glow brighter than the sun or I'll be dark. So it's great. It's a good light setup. All right, so ignition. I'm not gonna say the X because I'm assuming it's not pronounced. So ignition, I don't know, something. Here you go. Melodic dubstep. Hey, imagine that. The irony. All right. I'm gonna say ignition just to have a name to talk to. Introduction is good. Only issue I see is that it's a minute 28 seconds for the drop actually happens, and now usually I would jump on someone like this and like something that was big room or something that was like future bass or actual dubstep track, not melodic, because people get very, very bored in those kinds of genres if something doesn't happen very, very quickly. But with melodic dubstep, melodic future bass, melodic anything, usually people are a little bit more lenient because they like the way the beautifulness of the intro sounds. So, intro sounds great. Drums are mixed really well. Snares I like the snare a lot. The chords are actually made really well, and I was surprised because you said this is your first release track, but I'm assuming you've produced before. This is just the first one you've decided to release. Chord stack is really good. That ARP in the background seems like it has a filter on it, or it's just not multi-band compressed or something like that. If it does have a filter on it, I would lower it and just let it play along with the actual full gated filter. I think it would sound even cooler with that. Like, except for what you had here, like where it transitions into the drop. When it's playing behind the chords, I would put it back to its normal open filtered. And make sure you have the side chaining up a little bit more than what it is, just because it has a filter on it. Yeah, I wouldn't. You don't have to necessarily eliminate that. But like, maybe just, I wouldn't necessarily have it as close as you do, just because it honestly, when you have something filtered behind stuff that's not filtered, it's actually more prominent because it's a different sound than everything you're hearing. So you hear it a little bit more because you're paying more attention to it. So the fact that there's a filter on it and it's taking away from the full effect of the open filter, it's more distracting. So I would just keep what you had here with the transition of it and then open up the filter a little bit more so it kind of blends in with the elements already and it makes it a part of it. And you can hear it, but you can't separate it from the other elements, and to the point where it's able to be centrally focused on, if that makes any sense. If not, then you can go back and listen to this after the stream. Video is going to be recorded. So as for sidechaining is going to be a little bit harsher. Just when I say that, I mean more mute on the kick and the snare whenever they hit, just so it drives that rhythm a little bit better. Other than that, everything else was mixed pretty well, especially for your first track, man. So kudos. Great job on it. Thanks for sending it in. Head over to Facebook for a chance to share the stream, for a chance to win future bounce sounds. I keep forgetting the name. I'm going to write it down during the next track. Actually, I'm going to write it down right now. Future bounce sounds 3. So I remember what to say because I keep forgetting. But thanks for sending the track Ignition. I'm assuming it's your name. And the Discord, if you could stop scrolling me down, that would be nice. Just have to keep scrolling myself back up. Did I not copy the link? Hello? May I please? And guys, make sure you're helping our mods out by only sending one friggin' link in. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, this culprit, Uncrus. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm not even gonna look at it because it was sent to my DM. Do not send me private messages with tracks in it and only send one link because it's our best way of keeping it organized. Because if you don't, we have to go through and do more cleaning after the stream instead of just clearing the chat. It makes it so much simpler. So be nice to us and just do that for us. That'd be great. Sorry for calling you out, but I mentioned it. And if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I feel extra bad, but you know, happens. Alright, so you can tell that's a vocal chop from what it sounds like. Now right here, it's either I'm hearing something wrong. So if someone hears this, vouch for me. There's a weird low end I want to say it's low end mess up, like a low end slap or warp in the actual vocal when it plays, when it's in the build up phase, or if it's some sort of drum. So I'm gonna, it like flickers every now and then. I don't know if it was at the beginning of the bass. Okay, it messed with me a little bit. Like again, I can't hear low end as well as I usually can in these, which sucks, but it happens. And another thing, everything else is great. Like that sub behind that kick and that kick layering and the way that Sunshine uses that's really well done. But it's just that vocal chop. There's some high frequencies in that need to be toned out a little bit because there's a screechy noise at the very top of it. And it's not hurt. It doesn't hurt to listen to. I would just, just high cut that a little bit. If you have a high cut already, high cut a little bit more. Transitions are good. Yeah, just cut some of that high end out of that vocal, and it'll be magnifico. Everything else was good, man. This just messed with me a little bit. If it's meant to be there, then it's meant to be there. So I'm not gonna judge that. But it sounded weird in my headphones. It could be just my headphones, so I can't really. We've already learned that these things are already unreliable from like 2 weeks ago stream where they wouldn't work. But thanks for sending the track, man. Head over to Facebook right here for a chance to win, and share the stream for a chance to win future Bounce Sounds 3. At the end of the stream, pick one person from from who shares the stream, and yeah, and they win it, and they get sent to them later. You guys know the whole spiel. I usually say it after every track, but Nessim, your song does not work, buddy. So I'm gonna have to move on, unless you are able to message me, and this is the only time I'll allow it. Send me a direct message in Discord with the actual link in the next, when this turns 1:30 up here. When that says 1:30, I'll move it on. So try to direct message me the link. If you can't, then you can't. If you can, then I can dig it. But I'll give you till that says 1:30. I don't know if if it just turned 1:29. If it did, apologies to people who have to wait. But I'm gonna give you to that. In the meantime, I'll look at the G-Red. You have to go to the Discord and put your track in the Discord feedback live stream. If you're just now tuning in, the odds of you getting listens to are slim. Well, Nessim, you didn't message me, so I'm just saying. Alright, so I'm going to move on. Because that's the only thing that I hear. Okay, so I have all the notifications for Discord turned off, just in case it is open, and just in case it is open and then you guys are blowing it up. I don't hear a bunch of dings, but I didn't turn off my messages because I don't get those as often. So I heard a ding just pop up, and I'm like, who the heck? And I thought it was Nessim, and it wasn't. I'm mad. You'll send? Okay. I'll do yours after I do Disappeared. Then just send it. Make sure you send it to me. I wouldn't put it in general chat. A mod will just delete it. Just send it to me, like a personal message to me. This is by the way, this was the best vocal sample I've ever heard. That's the best thing ever. Alright, Disappeared. This transition, I liked it. There's a little bit of weird frequencies in that. There's a little bit of weird frequencies right there on that, I don't know if the pluck that sits right there. That transition, there's a weird frequency. That's still the best vocal sample I've ever heard. Sidechaining can be a little bit harsh. Or a little harsher, a little more prominent, just because those drums are a little muted behind the mix. So I would just amp up that side chain either volume-wise or frequency-wise to cut out those frequencies so the kick and the snare come through a little better. Okay, so I'm also sick, as always. I feel like I'm always sick when I stream. So breathing is not an easy thing. Yeah, just make sure that side chaining is a little bit more prominent. That way, the kick and the snare is a little bit more accessible. All right, cool. I got your link, Nessim. Yeah, dude. Other than that, everything else sounded great. Drums are actually mixed really well. Just sidechain kind of dimmed them. And some frequency weirdness. I'm assuming it's either most time it's high end. So just maybe do some high cuts on some of the plucks in there. And that's a sweet vocal sample. So I'm gonna keep saying that. But other than that, man, thank you for sitting in the track. Thank you for sharing. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Feature Bounce Sounds 3 at the end of the stream. Pick on one lucky person. Did I just get another? I got net. Guys, I'm not. For anyone else who's new, if you send me a private message with your link in it, I'm gonna ignore it. So don't send me links in private messages because they will just be click delete. Please and thank you. I gave Nessim the only excuse because his link did not work. So in that case, you can send me your link if it does not work. Lad, is the stream lagging on your end or is it me? Okay, cool. All right, so a lot of this is out of key. I feel like there's something in here that's out of key. I don't know if it's that pluck or if it's the bass in the background. And yeah, sorry, you probably heard my keyboard. I was making like a draft of messages I can send, or of a message I can send somebody if they send me a private message. It's just saying I ignore the tracks and whatever. So I was tippity typing. I probably should click my mic to mute, but I didn't. There's some weird weird key differences here, and it kind of goes to say here as well. I don't know if that's too detuned or if it's just the chords aren't. Does anyone have any way of putting this? Because I know it's out of key. I can hear that. My ears are like, yo, something's out of key. I don't know what it is because I don't have projects, so I can't tell you. But the only thing I'd fix so far, since it's not mixed and mastered, not released, I'm not gonna harsh you too much on that. Like I always say, I'm not gonna give you too much poo poo on that. The house key sounds out of chord. That's exactly out of chord, out of key. It sounds exactly what I was talking about. So there's something in here that sounds out of key, and something here that is out of key. I can tell you that. I just don't know exactly if it's detune inside the actual plugin, which someone argued with me last stream and said that doesn't make it out of tune. It's called detuning, so it makes it out of tune. If it's too much detune, it's going to sound out of tune if everything else isn't tuned with it. So it's either that or yes, what Lad said. or there's some notes that are sour inside the actual chord you played. The house key is out of chord. I think I said the house chord is out of chord, but either way, I've only had like 3 hours of sleep. I don't. Anyway, there's something out of key here, so just make sure to go back and double check that you have stuff that's in key. Check notes of chord. Maybe it's out of. That's what I was. That's what I was saying. Check the notes of the chords. Other than that, since it's not released, I won't give you too much feedback on it. Just to go back and make sure that your chord is in key. It's all in F major. Well, just do us all a favor and double check it. Come back, send it back, and we'll look at it again. It may just be your preset. It may just be the patch you used. If that's the case, go back and fix that a little bit. This chair is terrible. It hurts my back. Alright, so let me... Okay. Someone sent me a private message. It was just someone confirming that they got my message before. Thank you. Alright, here we go. Give me a second. Zimba. Usually whenever you come in and you bring some music, you usually bring some good stuff. Today was no different. There's a little clip part here. It's really weird. No, I guess there wasn't. No, I guess there wasn't. Never mind, ignore that. There was one thing that was weird. The snare in this build-up is a little... I don't know if it's... It's weird. I don't know. I feel like it's a weird snare, but nonetheless, stop that. Everything else... I really like this introduction. And your drop is really good. I feel like in your drop, though, you should just have a little bit more sidechain, just so your drums are peeking through a little bit better. And so there's a little bit more of a groove factor there. That, I mean, there already is, just in the instruments you have playing, instruments you have playing. But just make the sidechain a tad bit harsher, whether you do it with volume or you do it with frequencies. And make sure that dip is a little bit there. You don't gotta replace a snare. It's just... It just sounds weird. I don't know if it just sounds weird to me. I don't know. But, I know you have sidechaining in here. I can hear it, but just make it a little bit more intense. just so those kicks come through a little better, and there's a little bit more of a rhythm driver in it. But other than that, everything else sounds great. Introduction right here is really awesome. I really like that too, and the build up is really good. Transition is really good. So thanks for sending the track, man. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Future Bounce Sounds 3. That was 6, but 3 at the end of the stream. Nessim, if you're trying to lower detuning in a preset, it really depends on what plugin you use. So if you could tell us what plugins you use, then someone probably uses it and can tell you. So just whatever preset you made, whatever plugin you made that preset in, if you didn't make the preset and it was a default, then just swap them out. But if you made the preset yourself, which I highly recommend doing rather than using another one, just because those are always usually set to a certain key, tell us what plugin you used to have that played in. Mostly use Silent. I'm not. That's the problem. I can't help you because I'm not familiar with silence detuning options. So, someone else probably uses it though. I know. I've seen people in chat say they've used it before. Asteroid, if you put it in the Discord, I may or may not get to it. Just saying. Yeah, I'm assuming it has a detune knob. Just turn it down. If it does, then that's easier. If it doesn't, then it's probably got an effect rec that has a detune modulation in it. And that's just going to finding it and turning it down. That's really it. Not all. There's a JP6K. Nope, I guess it does. Well, there is one. I know there is one that I've used before that does not have a detune knob, and it frustrates me because I use it all the time. Crap, I cannot. It's not Spire. I know Spire does. I'll think of it in a minute. No, I know it's not yours, Asteroid. Go into Discord and paste the song in the feedback live stream channel. And I may or may not get to it today. Midix, I like that stutter chord a lot in the background. That drum needs to be a little bit more cut off at its tail, so the low warp frequency in the very end of it that most kicks have is a little bit shorter than usual because it drags out a little bit more, interferes with the low end already. You guys are talking about Harmor over here. Harmor's interface is the only reason I have never touched Harmor. Its GUI is awful. I cannot go into Harmor knowing what I'm doing. and I can't leave knowing what I'm doing either, because I feel like I'm gonna get lost somewhere and messing with all these freaking knobs they have. And then you have this little tingy over here. It's actually the effects window that just doesn't help at all whenever you're trying to figure out exactly where you're modulating. It's like FL. Come on. Image Line needs to step their game up with that interface. It needs to change, because it's been like that it's been like that since FL Studio 9, and that was 12 years ago. 12 years ago, I think. 12 or 13 years ago. It's like, they've redesigned FL Studio. They've redesigned Citrus like 6 times. They've redesigned, what else? 3X Oscillator, I think, like 3 times, and they've never touched Harmor. They've changed Harmor's color like 3 times too, but they've never simplified it a little bit more, or eliminated things that no one ever touches. Harmor is FL. Pretty much. Harmor is FL. I meant Image Line IL. Whatever. Either way. Melodic. That snap is cool. It's weird. It's not weird. It's just sounds like an actual snap, not like the clap snaps you hear and everything else. I really like that snap. While I'm listening to this, can anyone tell me? I haven't used FL in ages, but can anyone tell me if there's an easier way? If there's a way to group things now, like, you know how, say you want to change the volume of your synth, and you want the volume to go down. Well, you have to like right click on something and click add automation, and then it pops up in a random freaking track, and then you have to move it to where it looks like it's a line. Is there a way to group tracks? No, I haven't touched FL12 at least in a long time. So while I'm listening to this real quick, what the? My next, I'm almost 100% certain I've heard this track before. I'm pretty sure I gave you positive feedback on it. Just that tail's end. But yeah, I know you can use the buses thing, but like, you know how, do I have to pull up Ableton and show you what I'm talking about? Hopefully my computer doesn't have a heart attack in this process. Pull up my intro version of Ableton. Just so I don't have to explain it, I can just show you instead. So like, you know how you have this option here? How you pull this down and it has 3 or 4 different track options? You know what I'm saying? That's okay, cool. That's all I was wondering. I was wondering if you could. Alright. Just cut out the tail and the kick. Sidechaining is there, but yeah, sidechaining is good, so don't worry about that. But cut off the tail and the kick. And I think that's really the only thing I have for you, just because that's the only thing that's warping to me. Other than that, man, thanks for sitting in the track. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Future Bounce Sounds 3. It's actually sad I have to look at a piece of paper now to tell me what I'm saying. Audio Trackers is back with another tracker. I can't believe I just said that. I really hope my mic didn't pick that up, but I'm sure it did. Okay. No problem, Melodic. No, Fiesta, I said audio tracker's back with another tracker. I'm really hoping my mic, I just said it. I really hope my mic didn't pick it up, but oh well. Huh. I was checking your low, and your low end's really good. Side chaining on it. I think the tail of the kick in the beginning of the sub that's behind there at all, if there is one, is hitting and clipping, and not necessarily clipping, but interfering a little bit. So maybe cut the tail end of the kick, like I said, for Melodic a little bit. When I say that, I mean like fade it out, just so it's not like, because you could do that in FL too if you're using FL, and you could do it in Ableton very, very easily. Just turn of a knob. So just cut the tail off a little bit, or if you want to do manual trimming, you can do that too. It is very repetitive, but then again, what Melbourne bounce song isn't? Nick, how long is this? It'll probably be going till 1:30 or 2:30 my time, so 24 more minutes. No, 34 more minutes. But in the beginning, I would add a little bit more low end until you get to this build up here. And then cut the low end out, obviously, to build suspense. And then, you know, you have the good low end here and the drop. So just maybe add more low end here. Cut the tail end of the kick off a little bit more. Add a little bit more variation, even though I know you have some. Add a little bit more variation. Yeah, it's 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have to go pick somebody up. I just got a text message like 25 minutes ago, and I forgot to let you guys know that I got to go pick somebody up at the exact time I was supposed to end the stream, and I got to be there at that time. So I have to leave as soon as the stream's over. I gotta like shut the laptop and peace out. But add some low end here a little bit. Got the tail end of the kickoff. Other than that, track sounds cool. Listen to the second part. Maybe add some variation in your second drop. Change it up a tad bit. Whether it be pitching up the vocal, pitching down the vocal, changing the arrangement of the vocal, something, just so it's not the constant repetitiveness. I don't f's with the constant repetitive stuff, just because it just messes with me, thinking I'm just listening to the same thing on loop. But just change something around in here so it's more delightful for the listener. Other than that, the mixdown was great. Everything else was great. Low end was great. It was neato, man. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Future Bounce Sounds 3. I'm still looking over there to see what it says. Thanks for the reply. You're welcome. Thanks for saying thanks. Oh, it's ATH. What's up, man? How you doing? I have no idea, Liam. I noticed you changed the high, the loudness of that lead. It's a lot better. Last time it was freaking deafening, so I'm glad you changed it. Oh, that little bent right there. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so far the fixes you've made on it. I've become in a hype mode. I think I feel like I'm like this. I feel like no one's home. So I live with 2 other people, and no one's home right now. It's a little bit easier for me to be a little louder. I don't have to keep my door closed. You know, I can actually look out into my house. So no one's home, so it's a little easier for me to be loud. But anyway, I work from home, so every time I'm here, no one's here. Except for Sundays. I really like that under layering you did. Like that, so you have the lead on top, and you have the elements below that. So you have the sub, whether it be the mid sub and the core that goes behind it. It's really cool how it works. I know it's like the constant friggin' thing for every track, but I mean the way he did it was cool. So yeah, kudos on the lead. Lead sounds good now. Maybe add some just while it's still private and while you can still go back and fix some of it. Maybe add some what is it called? I can't think of it. Never mind. Just leave it how it is for right now, man. Maybe I'll forget it, and maybe I'll remember and tell you in the Discord later on if I remember what I'm talking about. But great job on the volume. Volume's at a good level now, so that's good. Is it side? Hold on. Maybe up your side shading a smidgen. And it should be Gucci. So thank you for sending the track, man. Head over to Facebook. Share the stream for a chance to win Future Bounce Sounds 3. At the end of the stream, one lucky winner. It's your first track. I hope we get to it then, because I always like hearing people's first tracks, because I know I was freaking the best producer ever when I made my first track. I'm just saying. No, I'm nowhere near that. It's actually sad how bad it was. Like hearing people's first tracks today, hearing mine. Holy crap. So I really want to get to it then. When's your track up? I have no idea. No problem, ATH, I call you ATH just because I just do. Midix, yes, it depends on how early you sent it, because I go in order. I like the change up in the hi-hats here. It's really cool. Mix sounds a little bit muddy, but I'm assuming mastering and everything like that will fix it up a little bit later on. Melody is really cool, really unique. Kicks are really nice, actually. Sidechaining is pretty decent. Maybe it doesn't fade in as quick as it should, but you said there's no effects, so I won't say there's no effects, even though it really doesn't sound like there's not that many missing. So it means your mixing is decently enough to be able to disguise it. So good job on that, but it's still a little bit muddy when it comes to volumes of things. So I would just go and before you render anything out, double check volumes, go through the way you master and master out a little bit more. I'm assuming it's not mastered now because not being finished. Nick, can you recreate sound you hear in your Fave plugin? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I want to do this thing, guys. Let me know if this would be dope. If I would do, instead of like one of these Sundays, instead of a feedback live stream, or maybe a different day during the week or something like that, I could talk to Roman about it, about doing a sound design live stream, or because I'm making presets every friggin' day for hours upon hours. So you guys could sit with me while I go and go through and making some basses and stuff like that, or making some leads and whatever. I feel like that'd be a cool live stream so you guys can see my process and how I do sound design. Let me know if you would be interested in that. If you're not, then cool. I won't worry about it. But mixdown's a little bit muddy. Fixing that up later on any of the track will be cool. But other than that, the melody sounds cool. Drums are really nice. It'll be awesome. Yeah, I'll talk to Roman. Yeah, I'll talk to Roman. It won't have to be this big old spiel where we're like putting all these overlays and we're having to have Discord open all the time. It'll just be us all hanging out, chilling out, and doing some sound design together. I think that'd be cool. I'll try to do that on free time that I have. I'll talk to Roman about it. I don't feel like there should be a problem with it, but if there is, then I won't do it. But I don't know how to say your name. It says what does it say in Discord? It's probably already gone. Oh no, it's already gone. Shockwave, I'm pretty sure is what your name was. Jester, if you don't... Jester's getting the message. He's getting the message. Sent. All right. So yeah. So far the mixdown is a little muddy, but it'll be fixed up later on. Thank you for sending the track. Get over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Future About Sounds 3. But yeah, I'll talk to Roman about that. Maybe we could do that like... I'm assuming he won't want to do it in replacement of a Sunday live stream. I'm assuming not. So it'll probably be... Maybe it'll be next Monday. So maybe we could do the Sunday feedback live stream and then the Monday after that at this same time, like we are right now. I could do... I don't know how long I would do it. I would kind of just do it until I got tired of doing sound design. I really want to experiment making snares, so... Can you come to the mod chat later today and check? Yeah, I will. I try to check it as much as possible. Alright, we're going to move on to the next person. Which is... I don't know how to say your name. Thank you for telling me a little afterwards. So I want to show you something real quick, even though I said that, I said this before. The vocals are dry. As someone already stated that the vocal mixing is weird. So the vocal mixing is a little weird. It's on now though, right? I'm pretty sure. Yes. But I found this like, for me, it's like the perfect way to mix vocals. It makes it so much easier. Let me just delete everything. Everything gotta go. Everything. Bye. Everything gotta go. I'm sorry, DJ Fiesta. I know you're literally next, but I know you're gonna be screaming at me here in a second. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. I'm looking for it. It's freaking me out that I can't. I don't know if I can even hear this. Sorry, I want to show you really bad. I don't even know if I can hear any of this. Yes, I can. Alright, so put it here. Nice. Now, audio. That's a dry vocal. Sorry, the vocals are a little weird. It's a new pack I just literally downloaded. I'm trying to show you as fast as freaking possible. So basically, what you're gonna do when you want to do, when you have vocals, is you want to have the common thing for vocals is, it's like you have a delay channel, you have a reverb channel, and you have any other miscellaneous channels. So, a quick tip on what I usually do is I put this vocal rack here where I have serum all the way riddled through this. So if you have the dry here, sorry, you have that, then you move it down here. So basically I have a dry channel, a reverb channel, delay, chorus, and hyper. All using serum, except for, no, they're all using serum. Serum effects, at least. So you want to have one channel that's reverb that's actually down. So you want to have the dry vocal that's going to be prominent. So you're going to have that at 0, so it'll be the main thing you hear. You have one that's at -10 or whatever you want to put it as reverb and delay, and then any other effects you want to add to it, just so you have the difference between, you have the dry that plays through everything, and then you have the background's going to fill all the negative space that you don't hear. So would be the alternative for that. So when you're mixing a vocal, you want to make sure that you have not as necessarily as much of effects on it as possible, just a good enough to where it fits in with the other elements that are there. Because if you don't, it's really obvious to pick out a dry. That was only 2 minutes, so I'm proud of that. Everything else sounds fine. Yeah, it's just that vocal. So, yeah, in FL you can do the routing to separate channels. So make sure you do that. Make sure you have a dry that plays over those, because you want to have the vocal still be the prominent factor and the effects not eat it. So you want to just try doing something like that. Who just followed me? Thanks. Just that vocal mixing's a little fuzzy. Go back and fix some of that. And that would be dope. All right. Thank you for sending the track, man. Head over to Facebook. Share the stream for a chance to win. FutureBout. I'm done saying it. FutureBout. You guys know what to do. I mean, you guys have been here long enough. Head over to Facebook. Share the stream for a chance to win. FutureBout Sounds 3 at the end of the stream. I don't want it to keep. Okay, so I'm getting a list of people who are being naughty. Uncrust, Flux Flame, F&P, stop it. And Techlix, no, I can't really make you a mod on YouTube. I don't have that permission. That's all Roman. I don't even know how that works. Yeah, basically lead. Basically right. Frickin' come on. I've seen this title. I don't want to look up rave. I've seen this title in my stream. I swear to God, like 9 times. Like, I think I see this title in my sleep now. That's fine, man. I'm assuming because you're almost getting ready to release it. That's fine. That lead is out of key. That transition was weird. That nose fills are a little too loud. Is it? This sounds not like the same track at all. Like the song literally, this is not even the same song. That's a different song. Okay, so a few things. Super confused. It's too solid. If you put it in the feedback live stream, I might hear it. If you just put it in there, I'm probably not going to because we only got 13 minutes left in the stream. But if you come back next week, I might. So this whole beginning part's a little bit confusing. I feel like it's 2 different tracks. If it is, then nope. This lead in here is out of key, so fix that. Right here, the fills right here are too loud, so change the volume on those just a little bit. Kick needs to be a little bit more powerful. Way to fix that is either 1, to do more compression, distortion on the kick, or more side chaining so the kick is more prominent. Either or, whatever one gives the most power. So do both, see which one what you like. Melody is really dope here. And the drop right here, I like the way the sound design works there. It's really cool. But it switches to this weird trap type thing later on, where the kick is like non-existent anymore. So you need to fix that. And the vocal chants in the background are too loud. Snare could be a little more powerful too. Everything right there is good. Just make sure the sidechain that a little bit more. That way, it's a little bit less. What? It's a little bit less overbeared by the clap. This is going to be recorded, Fiesta, so you can go back and. Okay, there's no connect. That's fine. Make sure to add that though before release, just so we don't have a weird transition there. This is all going to be recorded, so if you want to come back and figure out exactly what I said, you can always come back and stream mark it to make sure to figure out exactly what I said about your track. So far they sound good. Just fix that detune, fix the fills here, fix the kick here is a little weak here, and the side chaining either or. The vocal chants in the background right there are too loud. And the mixing overall is fine. I feel like it's a little too quiet, but I feel like it's the mixing itself is good, but the mastering is a little low. So maybe go and adjust your volumes in the mastering. I will check out your SoundCloud to make sure it looks good. I'm pretty sure it does. I think I've already seen it. And I'm sorry about the silence. I got lost in we're doing so many things that it's hard to even tell exactly what the heck is due. So I got lost in that. But yeah, send me a new one and I'll try. I'm not going to promise you because I freaking can't. I will try to look at your sound bank. I will try. I'm actually interested to see it because I don't make serum or silent presets, so it interests me a little bit more. But thanks for sending the track, man, for the what seems like 10 trillionth time. I'm kidding. Xenophage, one of our moderators in said Discord, has sent in a track. I don't think I've heard any of Xenophage's tracks. I'm probably lying. Dubstep, thank you. Let's listen. All right, Surf Zeno. Maybe add some multiband compression on those presets. It'll make them come to life a little bit more. I'm actually really excited to show you guys some tips on sound design that I use. Which they're honestly pretty basic tips. But there's some people that don't really see them and don't really use them as much, just because they're basic. But that'd be really cool. And I'm gonna start doing this thing. This reminds me of, since I make a lot of dubstep presets all the time, just messing around and experimenting, or bass presets in general. I'm probably gonna start releasing one free. I'll make a preset and I'll just randomly throw it in Discord and say, here you go, take it. And it'll be like a little present for you guys every week. Somewhere random. But Mr. Phage, your basses need a little bit more compression on them. Multi-band, at least. Either add an OTT or add just, if you use Serum, use the multi-band compressor in there. It works really well. I usually go to about 12 decibels. I think it's in decibels. I usually go to 12. What I would do, doing that will widen them out a little bit, and any effects that are on them, if you use OTT, are going to be spread out. So put OTT first before you put any effects. Like if you put an OTT chain there, make sure you put your other effects behind it, because if you put anything before OTT, it's going to compress all that and make it all muddy. So I wouldn't do that. So put OTT first. Any kind of multiband compression, put that first. Right here. Maybe a little bit more side chaining so your drum's a little bit more prominent. It'll really help with making sure that there's a rhythm driver between and the distinguish between the basses and the drums. So I would add a little bit more sidechaining between there, just so there's there's dip in the basses, so there's a little bit more of a driver. Maybe add some more background elements in this bass line as well, just so it fills the essence in a little bit. Maybe expand your hi-hats. A lot of times what I like to do in dubstep tracks is have about 4 rides that play together. Maybe like a velocity of 80 or something like that. And have them constantly going just to fill any blank spaces where it's not too annoying, but it's there. And then have any hi-hats fill those any weird, like, for the pattern that you have here. I would fill it with hi-hat or rides as well as having the rides play over that. It'll make the drums feel more full. And having atmospheres and effects that play that are really low help fill in any blank spaces. Having ARP kind of keeps, or drone note kind of keeps the tone of the song. And then having any like sense, or like it's really generic to have this happen, but every 8th note or 4th note or 4th bar, not note, 4th bar or 8th bar, have a chord that plays with your main downshifting bass. It's a good way to drive the key and the melody as well. So just some little tips to work on. Wasn't terrible at all, but by any means. Just work on that for future tracks you release. And good luck with your collaboration with Techlix. Hope that goes well. Make sure to break the track here whenever you guys are done, so that we can mess around with that. Can I? Woo! No, woo! Move over here. I'm gonna open up the what the heck? Oh, okay, it's right here. Copy link. But yeah, Zeno, thank you for submitting the track, man. You know the drill of going, and it's not what I meant to do. Of going and sharing the stream on Facebook for a chance to win Future Bounce Sounds 3. I don't know if you make any Future Bounce tracks at all. If you do, okay. Sorry if that's probably really annoying. Where is my mic hole? It's concerning me. There it is. Haha. All right. Anyway, so here we go. This is also on Beatport. So this is where you're going to be redirected to if you do come and buy this. It's through our sub label that we actually sell through Beatport. So let us go to the Tingy. And let me refresh this because Facebook just goes, "Hey, dude, if you're trying to do a live stream, sorry, no can do." No can do. All right, so we is picking a person. I have to go through and get rid of staff members. Like I have to go so it doesn't pick them. Just because that would be frustrating. Alright, it is going through and doing its business. How's everyone's day going? The next song is not happening. Because we have 2 minutes left in the stream and I have to get the frick out of here in about a couple of minutes. So it's picking its person who gets the track at the end of the day in the stream. So what I'm thinking, guys, tell me if this is a crispy idea or not. I'm thinking what we could do is next Sunday have the normal stream for an hour. Monday at the same time will be a sound design or miscellaneous tutorials of things that I know. Just like for instance with that audio thing, that pack I was using is I'm also, and this is gonna be, I'm probably gonna relate to nobody when I say this. I'm also a huge heavy metal fan. I like insane. So, and the guy that you just heard, the vocal you just heard, is from one of my favorite singers in the entire world, Devin Oliver, and his pack was released through Splice, which is like a dream come true to me to be able to have access to his vocals, even if it's just chants most of the time. So, having access to his vocals is really fun to play with. So that was who that vocal was, and his vocals are really easy to mix because he's so good anyway. So I can show you some tutorials on, and that's really a big thing to pick too, is you can't have crappy vocals, and you'll know crappy vocals when you hear them. If you have a friend, and I'm gonna say this right now, I've had a friend who has, there's a fly flying around here, and it's frustrating. I've had a friend who wanted to record vocals for me, and she just couldn't sing. There's a line you have to draw. If you have to do too much of post-editing to people's vocals, like Melodic, or putting it in a picture and drawing the notes, or putting it, like drowning it in effects just so the effects keep it in a key, then it's not worth it. It's really not. It's really like, it's worth just making an instrumental. So you have to find good vocals. You can't use mediocre vocals. Like, and I understand that's difficult to find, especially if you're not recording them yourself or using, like BB Rex's voice, or what is her name? I already forget her name. Daya's voice. If you're not using their voices, which professional singers, if you're not using their voices, it's difficult to get someone who's good. All right, I picked somebody. Oh. Okay, so Arpin. 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 I'm going to type it in the chat for the stream. Arpin is the winner of the Future Bounce Sounds 3. Future Bounce Sound 3. Future Bounce Sounds 3, yes. This thing. Future Bounce Sounds 3. 460 plus. Presets. Oliver Heldens is a very well known Future Bounce producer, so you get a bunch of presets from him and a bunch of samples from him. I mean, a bunch. So, Arpin, if you're here, sick. If you're not, then you'll get a pack in the next few hours randomly. But I will see you guys. I'm going to go run a few errands, come back here, do some stuff. Yeah, and that happens a lot. It really sucks that I can't get to everybody. That's the crappy part about having a lot of people come in and watch the stream and put their tracks in. There's just, unless I stream for like 10 hours, there's no way with the amount of repeats that keep coming, people not listening when we only say post one link, or people just keep coming through and just leaving the track and leaving. There's a there's a thing I wanted to do or thought of doing, but I don't think I get to the bottom of the list fast enough, is basically pull the person's track up and have them say "I'm here," or something like that, just so I'm not speaking to nobody, and I'm not giving feedback to just no one there. And I'll skip the track if the person's not here, but I feel like I'd have to be on Facebook as well, because what if they're not over on YouTube, and that's just not going to work. So, I wish I could do that. That would be sick, but I don't think I can as efficiently as I want to, because I can't load Facebook's stream or Facebook's chat. And what if they say I'm here on Facebook, I don't see it, and I skip them? That wouldn't be fair. So I won't do that. But I will see you guys on Sunday, and possibly Monday for a sound design live stream. I'm actually really excited for that. That would be really cool. And I don't think that'll probably be about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, possibly. That's what I'm saying. They should all come to YouTube because the chat loads so much quicker. But our reach is a lot farther on Facebook, so we do it like that too, just so we have more people watching. But I'll see you guys on Sunday and hopefully Monday. I'll let you guys know in Discord how that's going to happen. The Snapchat pack, by the way, guys, is now over. It has been over for like a whole day now. But I was going to tell you yesterday, but couldn't happen. So Snapchat pack is no longer a thing. I have the file. Well, I have the link to the file, but the file's probably not on there anymore. The timer ran out yesterday sometime. So if you send me a message asking for the pack on Snapchat, not going to give it to you because I don't have the link anymore. So whoever did come and grab the pack, we had a lot of people come to our Snapchat, so that's really cool. If you came and got the pack and you were able to get your hands on it, that's awesome. If you didn't, I apologize. There'll be more of those in the future, guaranteed. So, and maybe something for Discord coming here in a few weeks. So, several weeks, just so we have a time span. But I'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good rest of your Monday, or have a good night's sleep if it's already late for you. And I will see you guys next week. Have a good one.